Miss Smith, fabulously first grade.
Hi guys, and welcome to my YouTube channel. That sounds so weird to say. This is my first ever YouTube video, and it's going to be all about the first week of school. So I am Miss Smith, I teach first grade, and I'm going to show you my lesson plans for the first week of school and exactly what I'm going to teach for the first week of school. I've had a lot of requests for a video like this to help out first year teachers. I know my school starts tomorrow, so this video might be a little late, but hopefully it will help somebody. I get a lot of questions about this shirt. It says, "I promise to teach," and then it has different hearts on it, and all of my shirts and everything that I wear or anything that you guys like is always going to be linked on my Instagram, so make sure you follow me on Instagram, fabulously first grade, and then there's a little underscore. You can find that on my TikTok in my little bio. I am like a super organized person in some aspects of my life, so I'm going to show you how I like to organize my papers and things for the week. So I have one of these from Amazon, and I haven't labeled it yet because it's new. I used to use a plastic one, but this is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So all the papers we do for the week will be in here already copied, ready to go. I took them out because I have them in piles to show you guys. So this is what I do for the weekly. And then something else you really need to do to help you stay organized is this is my monthly thing for my papers. So I already have stuff in there for the first week of September, and they just go by dates. I'm missing some at the end. But that way, like, if my assistant copies something, I can tell her what day it's for, and she can go ahead and file it. So then on Friday, when my little 5-drawer thing is empty for the week, I'll pull from here to get ready for next week. It's super, super easy way to stay organized, and everybody has these teacher crates laying around and these little file folders. So I definitely recommend doing this for the days of the month. And then one more really important thing that I do to help me is I tape 2 things to my desk every single week. If I don't tape them down, they will disappear. Like, papers just get thrown away, they get pushed to the side, they get lost. And that way, if I tape it down, it doesn't get lost. So I tape down this weekly paper where I write what special we have for the week and any important dates. Like if we have birthdays, which I don't have anything filled out this week yet, but I do have 3 birthdays the first week of school, so wish me luck. Gotta put those in there. And then this is our actual lesson calendar, and it has each day, what we're doing, exactly what I'm teaching, and I tape this bad boy to my desk every week. So I got this kind of planner, shout out to Miss W who showed me that they had this at Michael's, and it is just a weekly where you can write in your own stuff. Alright, let's get to the good stuff. I'm going to go ahead and sort it after I'm done talking about it so I remember where it is for tomorrow when I start school. But first up on my list of things to do is read the story First Day Jitters. If you have not read this story, it is awesome. If you don't have the book, you can always listen to it on YouTube. So this is a really good story. And I already have cardstock white paper clipped and ready to go because we are going to do self-portraits of ourselves on the first day of school. And we're going to include some words around it of how we're feeling. Because First Day Jitters talks about a teacher who's really nervous, and it's just a really good story. So if you don't have this book, I would definitely recommend reading it. I teach first grade, but you could probably read this story for any grade. It's really cute. It's like, you don't know it's a teacher at first, and the mom is like trying to wake up the girl, and then she doesn't want to go to school, and then you realize it's like the teacher the whole time. So it's just a book to show like the kids that teachers are also kind of nervous on the first day of school. So this is the very first thing I'm going to do. So I will put that in my Monday. Okay. And then next I have my whole brain teaching rules. So I use whole brain rules in my classroom, and they are actually on that wall right there. So whole brain is follow directions quickly, raise your hand for permission to speak, raise your hand to leave your seat, make smart choices, keep your eyes on the target, and keep your dear teacher happy. So this book is from Teachers Pay Teachers. It was free. I'll try to link all these things so that you guys are able to find them. So it just has all of the rules, and we'll kind of go over all of them. We will practice all of the rules, and then they will color the book. So this is a really good resource. Each rule kind of comes with a hand motion. So we have follow directions quickly. You just go follow directions quickly. Rule number 2, raise your hand for permission to speak. So I do these over and over again, and the kids like repeat after me. Rule 3, raise your hand for permission to leave your seat. So the kids will go, raise your hand for permission to leave your seat. And you could probably spend almost an hour going over these rules and coloring these books. Rule number 4 is make smart choices. Rule number 5 is keep your dear teacher happy. And then the last one, which is not in the book, is the diamond rule. Let me go like this. The diamond rule. And it's keep your eyes on the target. So we go over this the whole week, the first week of school. And the kids, I want them to be able to memorize all the rules and know the hand movements that go with each. All right, so I'll put that in as well. I might run out of room because we'll put that one up there because it's really big. So then next, my school uses Letterland, so we're starting with the Unit A, which is just reviewing letter sounds. So I have A and C, which is the first A, with some cards that go with A and C. We have ant, cow, astronaut, alligator, cup, and clock. And we'll just pass these out and talk about those 2 letter sounds and review them, and then the kids will sort these on the pocket chart. I'm not sure if you guys use Letterland, but kind of the same concept. Just pick a few letters for the first week of school to review with the students. So that will go in. And it has a manual that kind of tells you what to do each day. So that's how I know what to teach for phonics. I don't know if all schools use Letterland or if it's just where I am. So that will go in Monday as well. And then they come with these really cute books. So I'll probably, if we have time, read these ones. All right, and on to the next thing. My school also teaches core knowledge, which is a little bit different. It's kind of like our science and social studies programs. So this one is also a book that kind of shows you what to teach each day. And we're going to start with the story, The Boy Who Cried Wolf, on the first day of school for our Fables unit. So we're going to read that short story, and then I'm going to pin up the picture that goes with the story. And it will go on the focus wall over there under welcome. And then we have 2 vocabulary words that go with that story, company and startled. We will practice those words as well. And I like to keep movements. I do a lot of movements for vocabulary words. So when I say we're learning about vocab, the students hold up a V and they go vocab. So every time they hear a vocab word throughout the year, they'll hold up a V for vocab. So for company, they'll put their arm around their neighbor. Maybe not with COVID. We'll probably think of something else for that. And for startled, they just make a startled face like, oh! So that way, every time I say those vocabulary words, they can do the movements as well, and it shows me that they remember those words. So I will staple these up next to The Boy Who Cried Wolf on my chart over there. That's definitely not going to fit in the... I'm running out of space. And then there is a worksheet that goes with The Boy Who Cried Wolf that we found, and it says, draw a picture of a time that you were startled. And then it says, I was startled when. So if we have time, this one will go with The Boy Who Cried Wolf story. Actually, that's probably all the academic things we're going to get done on the first day of school. I do have this one as well for them to practice writing their name in crayon, pencil, color pencil, and pen. This is a good one to have. I'm going to put this in my extra bin, probably not on the Monday because we definitely won't get to this with all of that stuff. But I will keep it just in case to practice writing our names. Now, there are a lot of things that are not academic that you need to do on the first day of school. So I always practice dismissal before dismissal time because there might be kids who are new to the school. They don't remember. Last year with COVID, a lot of kids didn't even come to school, so they don't know where to go for dismissal. And you don't want to get to dismissal time and then be like, oh no, we're running late, these kids don't know where to go. So you definitely want to practice dismissal, put them in groups like your bus riders, your car riders, and your walkers, and show them what group they're in and take them outside. Take them to show them this is where you're going to go. This is exactly where you're going to go. This teacher is going to come and get you, and you guys are going to wait here for your bus to come. You're going to wait here for your name to be called. That way it will kind of ease a little bit of confusion and worry for the students. Like, they'll know how to get home and they won't freak out during dismissal time. So definitely practice dismissal the first day of school and probably like the whole first week of school until they remember exactly where to go. Something else on my list for the first day of school is just kind of like getting to know the kids a little bit. Like, you can play some name games. You can try to get the kids to interact with each other and remember each other's names. Then, of course, we have lunch and snacks, so that will take up a lot of time. On the first day of school, lunch and snack are going to take way longer than normal. These kids have been at home for a long time, so they probably don't know how to open all of their things. They are not going to eat fast because they're not used to eating in just 30 minutes. So plan a lot of extra time for those things as well. And okay, I'm going to take you guys over here and show you my little carpet area because I do assigned seats so that they know where to go every time they come to the rug. So we will probably spend about 30 minutes practicing which row each student is in and how to come to the rug. Okay, so that will take up like an hour or 30 minutes. And then you also have to practice lining up. So that will take a really long time as well. I would definitely practice that like 3 or 4 times, like calling groups or calling different students to line up and just practicing how to line up. Make sure you model that for them as well. And then I have these sit spots, and I will have a blue row, green row, another blue row, and a pink row. So we will definitely practice coming to the floor over and over again. I'll say, okay, dark blue row, come to your spot. Green row, come to your spot. Light blue and pink, come to your spot. And then I'll say, okay, everybody go back and let's practice again. So when people say procedures, that's really what they're talking about, is just a lot of procedures. You're going to practice how to line up. You're going to practice how to go to the bathroom, how to walk in the hallway, where to stand when they're done. You're going to just do procedures all day long on the first week of school. Oh, and I almost forgot. Here is their little morning work for when they come in. It's just a little color sheet for them when they come in on the first day of school. All right, guys, we're on to Tuesday. I'm going to try to do a little bit quicker because that was a long time for just the first day of school. So we're going to start out with another read aloud. This one is called Our Class is a Family. It is an awesome story about inclusion and how kids should treat their classmates in the classroom. It is just an awesome story about making sure to include everybody and feelings and all of that amazing stuff. Then there's a worksheet that goes with that from Teachers Pay Teachers that was free, and it says draw your classroom. Our classroom is a family. I can show my classroom family that I care by blank. So they're going to write how they can show their classroom that they care. This will be an awesome activity. So that is probably the first thing we're going to do on Tuesday. So put that in my bin. Then we go into some math. We have lesson 1 with my curriculum that we do for math is already kind of done for us and tells us exactly what to do each day. And we have that planned out. We're not really doing a lot of math right away, but more of like talking about what is math and how to work together in a classroom and how to be respectful when it comes to math and how to agree and disagree. So a lot of talking things with math the first week of school. Okay, and then I have another listening and learning story. It is the maid and the milk pail, so we'll go over that, and the vocabulary word for that is balance, so that will go up on the wall as well over there. I'm going to put that in my Tuesday. And then for Tuesday, I wrote down to practice fire drills. It's so important to practice fire drills the first week of school because we don't know when the fire drills are going to be. So you want those kids to be prepared, and you don't want them to freak out, especially with COVID and kids being home last year. They're probably not used to that really loud fire alarm noise. So I would practice fire drills probably every day the first week of school, just to show them this is what is expected of you. When the fire alarm rings, you all stand up and you push in your chair. When I tell you to go, you get in line, we walk out the door, we stand in the field, and we wait. It's very important to practice fire drill safety. So I would definitely go over that. I'm going to find a worksheet about fire drills. It's just like a color sheet that says like what to do for a fire drill. I haven't found that yet, but I will definitely find that on Teachers Pay Teachers and probably link it if I can find it for you guys. And then with my Letterland, the same book that I already put in there for Monday, we're doing the same thing. I'm looking at my schedule here. We're just practicing letters D, S, and T. So I will do the same exact thing where I'll get out the D, S, and T card, and I'll print out some pictures with those letters that start with that, and they will sort them on the pocket chart, and we will read the same books about those letters as well. What else is for Tuesday? Looks like that's about it. We're still going to do the same, practicing the same procedures, the same come to your rug, come to your spot, row 1, 2, 3, and 4, the same come to your sit spots, colors green, purple, orange, whatever colors they are. I forgot. We're going to practice lining up. We're going to line up, sit down, practice lining up again, and sit down. I mean, that is really what people mean when they say procedures, procedures, procedures. We're going to practice going to the bathroom all as a class. Where do they stand? We're going to do all of those things the whole week of school. All right, and we're rolling right on to Wednesday. We're going to start off the day with a read aloud called We Don't Eat Our Classmates, and I got this off my wish list from an amazing person on TikTok, so thank you so much. This is a cute story about a dinosaur and kind of like the rules of school and the things that you can do to be a good friend and how to act in school. And there is an awesome free worksheet with that, and it is I will not eat my classmates, and it says I will be a good friend by, and then they can write how they can be a good friend after listening to the story. So definitely a lot of read-alouds the first week of school. in the Wednesday bin. We have our math again, my math worksheet that goes with the curriculum that I teach about. We're just talking about math still. We're not doing any math problems. We're really talking about numbers right away. You don't want to overwhelm the kids, so we're going to do that one on Wednesday. And then I have these awesome books I got on sale at Target at the end of the year last year, I think. So I have a class set of these letter and number practice books. So I'm probably going to give these out on Tuesday or Wednesday and let the kids keep them in their desk. If you don't have these, that's totally fine. You can print something like this off Teachers Pay Teachers for free. I would not pay for this. And it's just practicing those letters, and there's even numbers. So that will be a really good resource for students when they're done with something, or if we have extra time, they will pull those out. And then for my social studies fables unit, we're going to read The Goose and the Golden Eggs, and that card will go up on the wall as well. The vocab word is greedy, and when we do the word greedy, I like to go arg, and the kids pretend they're pirates. It really helps them remember the word greedy. I always put emotion with my vocab words to help the kids remember. And then we have a little short worksheet here that goes with The Goose and the Golden Eggs, where you draw the characters, draw the setting, and just answer these 2 questions. So that is what I will do on the third day of school. And don't forget all about your procedures. You're still going to be practicing those things as well. I also forgot to talk about the phonics and reading portion of Wednesday. So in my Letterland unit, we are still on Unit A, Day 3, which is reviewing letters N, P, and R. We'll do the same thing. We'll sort some picture cards, and then we're going to work on some rhyming. First grade, it is awesome to start with rhyming. So you can do any kind of rhyming worksheet, any of rhyming stories, or anything like that would be awesome. All right, and then we're on to Thursday, first week of school. And the first thing we're going to do is start out with the story Chrysanthemum. I don't have this book in the classroom, or if I do, I don't want to know where it is. So I'll probably play that one on YouTube. You just type in Chrysanthemum, and it will come up of them reading it. That is a story about a little mouse, I believe, who has a different name. So it talks about like how all students have different names, and I think she gets made fun of a little bit. So it talks about like being kind, and how just because someone has a different name than you doesn't mean that you should make fun of them. So with that book, there is a lot of worksheets about that story, but we have one that just says write your name on both sides, so they'll practice writing their name in different colored crayons. So that is the first thing I will do on Thursday with the Chrysanthemum story. Then it looks like we are still rolling with Unit A, Day 4, which is reviewing letters H, L, and M. We'll probably play some games, maybe pass out some sticky notes with different letters on them and sort them on the board. That way it's kind of hands-on for the kids. I can just write a bunch of different letters, and then they can come up and put them on the board for which category they go in. You can do some crafts with different letters. Color sheets. There is a lot of color sheets for specific letters for you to practice with. I'll probably still do the little picture cards, and we will sort them on the pocket chart as well. Then we're on Unit 1-4 for math, which says, how do you talk about math? Draw a picture. How do you listen to your classmates when they talk about math? So we're still talking about being respectful to our classmates when we're doing math, how to agree and disagree. So this is all about like the community of math. So we're not doing like hardcore math things yet, because they need to learn how to be respectful and to talk about different opinions in math. So today we're going to read The Dog in the Manger, which is another fable. The vocab word is budge, and for budge, I make them sit like this and pretend they cannot be moved over, like you cannot budge. So when you put movements to vocab words, I'm telling you, kids can remember anything. So that will go up on the board as well. And I think that's it for Thursday. Definitely more procedures, coming to the rug, leaving the rug, what is expected of you when you walk to the rug, how do you leave the rug, how do you line up at the door, how do you go back to your seat, how do you come to the reading rug, where do you sit? I mean, all of those things are going to take so long the first week of school. You definitely want to get those procedures down pat the first week of school. Friday, the last day of school. So Friday, I will start out the morning with the story No David when he goes to school. I don't know where my book is, so I'll probably just play it on YouTube. It's about a little boy. If you haven't read the David series, they're really funny. The kids love these stories, and it just talks about what not to do at school. And we are going to, after we read that story, I have these cards cut out where it says no David and yes David, and we're going to put these on the pocket chart, and the students are going to sort the cards and decide if they go on the no side or the yes side for David. So this one says hit, so obviously that will go on the no side. This one says pay attention, so that will go on the yes David. Be respectful, take turns, yelling. I mean, there's just all of these things from the story that David did or didn't do, so we will sort those to talk about kind of the rules and what's expected on the pocket chart. And when we're done with that, I have a really cute craft for us to do that involves David. So here is David if you haven't seen David. This was free on Teachers Pay Teachers, and you just get to pick 2 rules and put them in David's shirt. So I wrote no running and no yelling, and this is the craft. Here's David, here's his shirt, here's his arms. I mean, this is going to take a long time with the cutting and pasting. So that will be the first thing we do on Friday, kind of have a little bit of fun. I love Craft Fridays. Then we have, for Letterland, we are going to be reviewing letters B and F. We're going to do the same thing with either sticky notes or index cards. You could probably make it fun and maybe hide some cards around the room with different letters on them and send 1 or 2 kids to go pick out a card at a time. Or something you just think of off the top of your head is crumple up a few pieces of paper with different letters in them, go around the room and let the kids pick out a letter, and they can talk about what letter they get, what sound it makes, and then they can go ahead and sort them on the board if they're sticky notes, or they can put them into piles. Anything to help them kind of recognize those letters. And so now we're getting into a little bit starting with math. What is a number pattern? Show a number pattern. So now we're starting to add in some numbers to that. So this goes with the math lesson for Friday. And I also have this awesome cut and paste numbers, trace the numbers, and paste them in order. Now this is going to take a really long time, and this is extra. If we don't get to this, this is not part of our lesson. This is kind of some extra math cutting and pasting since we are just going to start talking about numbers. And then for my listening and learning story, we have the wolf in sheep's clothing, and the vocab word is disguise, and that's a good word. And for disguise, they put a hat on or their glasses. For vocab, remember when you say vocab, they should be holding up a V for vocab. And I also forgot to mention that you're going to need to go over those rules every single day. So I use the whole brain rule, so I will go over those rules every single day. I'll say rule number 1, and the class will say rule number 1, and I'll say raise your hand for permission to speak. That's not rule number 1. Rule number 1. And they'll repeat rule number 1. And I'll say follow directions quickly. And they will go follow directions quickly. And we will repeat that same process every single day until they know all the rules and all of the motions and they're doing it by themselves. I really love when some of the kids get really confident and they want to stand up on the stage. And I'll say, does anyone want to teach the rules to the class, and have them repeat after you? And kids love that. They will volunteer. And it's just that repetition, getting those rules down every single day. Same with the procedures. Rules and procedures need to be done every single day the first week of school. And something else that I do is I copy a whole lot of extra worksheets. I put them in a bin labeled extra worksheets because nothing you plan is ever going to go correctly. Maybe. Probably not. Okay? Sometimes something you think is going to take a really long time and they get it done really quickly, and then you're like, I don't have anything planned before specials for this whole hour. Like, what am I going to do? So that's when you can pull from your extra work bin. So just little worksheets like this that they can practice. This one is writing your name. This one is welcome to first grade. If the kids are really well behaved or they're having a really good day, I'll say, I'm going to give you this color sheet and we're going to get your markers out. So this will be something like a kind of like a reward for them to do with markers. We have some word searches. This is more for not right away. And then this is some. I have a lot of these packets from Teachers Pay Teachers that go over different letters. Handwriting. We have some more handwriting, some numbers. I mean, definitely just keep a whole pile of worksheets that are labeled extra work because nothing will ever go as you plan. I hope that helps a little bit. I know I was talking super fast, and my school does do a lot of scripted curriculum. So it might be different than your school, but you just follow your pacing guide and know what standard you need to do and then find worksheets based off that standard. One more important thing that I wanted to say is just plan a lot of extra time for things that you normally think will be quick, like packing up. Do not wait till the last minute to pack up. I have recess at the end of the day, so we will be packing up before recess because there's nothing worse than that first day of school frantically trying to pack up and get those kids out of the door. So we're going to pack up probably an hour before dismissal and hang our backpacks on our chairs. That way we're ready to go. The kids have already practiced dismissal. They know where to go. There will be no last minute scurrying to get kids packed up and ready to go home. So make sure you allow extra time for things that you think will be quick, because it will not always be quick. But that's it. That's my advice to you guys for the first week of school. We use that lesson calendar every single week. I have an awesome grade level, and we plan together on that lesson calendar, and we all do just about the same thing every single day, and we use that lesson calendar as a guide. So I hope that helps, guys. Thanks for watching my video.